Roy says, got the battle plan and reviewed it. Question, just got a dental client that had to rebrand his practice, dissolved partnership. Okay, so the main practice name is changed to a new name. He then purchased another practice in a different city, i.e. rebranded his practice website as abcdentalgroup.com with the 2 city locations. Do I just create one Google Plus page for the group.com or different for each location? No, you create a different Google page for each location, Roy. Well, I mean, let me rephrase that. If you're creating a Google brand page, then you can have one brand page and reference both locations. But I understand that if you're talking about, I'm sure you're talking about Google My Business, a locations page, in which case you want a different page for each location. Okay? There are brand pages and there are locations pages. And actually locations pages are no longer Google Plus pages at all. They're maps pages. They're not even part of Google Plus anymore. Does that make sense? Like if you go in your Google My Business dashboard, you access your maps data through maps, and your Google Plus page, which is now just a brand page. There is no local version of the brand page anymore that I'm aware of anyways, because you edit your details on maps. Okay. So anyways, there might still be a locations Google Plus page, but I don't know what the use of it's for. I don't know how it's valuable at all anymore, to be honest with you. Everything's now being, for the local part of it, it's all being handled through maps. Okay. But it is, so for that, yeah, go ahead and create a different locations page for each. Do I need to modify the battle plan for the purchase practice since it already has G Plus established? A bit confused on how to apply the battle plan to this situation. I'm not sure I understand what you mean. The purchase practice, since it already has a G Plus established, I mean, if it's already got a locations page, if it's got, you're going to have to rebrand all that stuff, right? I mean, I think that's what you're saying. You said that he rebranded his practice with the 2 locations. Roy, I'm not really following all of the parts of this question, but if the other business that he purchased had a Google My Business page already, and now he purchased it, if he's rebranding everything, what I would recommend, especially if that other business was established and had any sort of decent rankings in Google and or Maps, right? If it was ranking, you're going to have to rebrand it. If it's rebranded, I'm assuming it's going to have to be rebranded. In which case, what you'd want to do is I wouldn't set up a new listing, because it's going to have the same address unless like the phone number changed, the name and the phone number and the website. Like if all of those data points changed, then yes, I would set up a new business. I would close. Say that the other business was permanently closed and then create a new listing. But you'd have to make sure that the only thing that was the same out of all the data points between name, address, phone number, and URL is the address, right? You'd have to have the different brand name, different phone number, different URL. And then you could mark that other place as closed and then start a new GMB page, which is what I would do if those other conditions were met. However, if the phone number, the physical location, and perhaps the web address and or the brand name or whatever are the same, if you don't have all those other unique properties within those 4 data points there, then you're going to have to do a citation cleanup, which would be going out and basically correcting all of the old citations to list the new data for the business. Does that make sense? And that's a pain in the ass, but that's what you're going to have to do. And so I recommend highly that you go, if you guys can get the link ready, it's semanticmastery.com/Loganix. That's LOGANIX. And there's a citation cleanup service there that can handle that for you. Well, provided it's in the US, they do they might do it in other areas, but I don't know. Loganix citation cleanup service in America, in the US, is really, really good. They get about a 70% success rate, and they're very, very thorough. So that's what I would recommend doing. But like I said, if you're going to rebrand it and you get a new URL and you're going to change the phone number, then I would set up a new listing altogether, because that's going to be a lot less of a headache than trying to fix old citations. That's just a real pain in the ass, and that's why I just outsource that all the time. All right, we're going to keep moving.
It's on the, sorry, Bradley, but it's on the events page, semanticmastery.com/organics.
Okay. If you want to follow up, Roy, with us in one of like our groups, Facebook or something, with some more detail, like where it can be explained a little bit further, we might be able to help you out a little bit better. I feel like I wasn't able to answer that question properly because I don't have all the details.